citizens of the Empire, persons of the old world. That's awful. Way too grandiose. To whom it may concern. No. This isn't a funeral. That was yesterday. Dear readers. No, that's no good either. Howdy, YouTube. Yes, that works. My name is Dingo Langdorf, and though by the time you read this, you may know me as the old world's greatest engineer and intellect, in truth, I must admit I was not always so fortunate. What you are about to read is a tale of failure, of redemption, and my struggle to escape the bonds of poverty. Or die trying. And maybe I did die, and I'm writing this as a ghost. Wouldn't that be scary? Maybe it's true. Stranger things have happened in the old world. But you'll have to read on to find out. Our story starts in the heart of the Empire, right along the River Reich. The free city of Kemperbad finds itself halfway between Altdorf, wherein lie the throne of Emperor Karl Franz himself, and Nuln, the city of bleeding-edge technological marvels, dreamt up and fashioned by the elite members of the Engineers Guild. As such, it enjoys a healthy amount of trade and travel through its fair ports. And if you ask me, I'd say Kemperbad is much nicer than both of those places. We are called the Little Marienburg of the Heartland, you know. Anywho, it was a day much like any other. I was testing a new prototype for my flying machine. Only, I was unable to find any volunteers after the last time. So, I was personally operating it. As I set off from the walls of our local engineers guild, the wind suddenly changed and a gust buffeted my beloved but perhaps flawed machine. The force of the winds at those heights snapped my prototype like a twig, and I was sent plummeting. I swear, though, I saw that bastard, Professor Reichenbach, snickering as I looked back. Now, one thing you must know, dear reader, is that Kemperbad is a city split in two. Vertically speaking, most of the city lies in the inland upper section, connected by lifts or the risky 1,000 steps, down to the lower section along the Reich itself, wherein the slums and the harbors and such lay. Furthermore, a powerful stream comes down through the mountains and cuts through the upper section of Kemperbad before emptying into the Reich proper in a majestic and beautiful waterfall. I found myself at the bottom of the Reich, but by Shalya's grace, I was worse for wear, but mostly unharmed. I managed to swim to a nearby dock and pull myself out of the river, drenched and defeated. I won't lie, readers. At that moment, I truly felt despair. This failure was merely the last of many, and my losses had worn me down. I was out of ideas, and I had been for a long time. I stumbled into town searching for a place to get a final drink before I ended it once and for all. You can't keep messing things up if you're not around, or so I told myself. In truth, I would come to realize that likewise you cannot fix things if you go. All the things left unsaid and undone devastate those you leave behind. As I hobbled and limped, my attention was drawn to a voice calling out amongst the crowd, and I finally saw it. The answer to my problems. A halfling. But not just any halfling. This one had been born with the perfect proportions of the golden ratio itself. I felt my long-cemented creative block begin to crumble as I beheld my newfound muse. Surely, a flying machine piloted by this halfling would work, I thought to myself as I approached him. He noticed me and called out, introducing himself as Jubles Blotgarden, claiming that his family was famous for public fornication, and he was just one in a long line of them. Though, truth be told, I had never heard of any of them. He offered to shine my shoes, however, and I gladly obliged, handing him a penny and thanking him as I sat down. However, no sooner than I sat down did he push me, but, being of much greater stature, his attempts all failed. Jubles then pulled a knife out and threatened to stab me if I didn't hand over my money. Seeking death, I grabbed his hand and pulled it forwards, bringing the knife's point up to my heart. I shouted at him, "What are you gonna do? Stab me? Do it! I have nothing to live for anyway. You think I'm afraid to die? I want to die. Do it! I'm a failure anyway. Stab me!" This clearly wasn't the reaction Jubles was expecting, and his expression changed from malice to terror. This charlatan then tried to get away and abscond, but by towel I was swifter, and I grabbed his cloak and pulled. I tried to steady myself with my left foot, but quickly found that the clever bastard had tied my shoelaces together before I even sat down. I came crashing down with him in my clutches. We began to wrestle, and I pinned the little man down. "Why are you bothering me with this crime, when you are so clearly destined for greatness?" I shouted. He was confused by the words, so I explained the golden ratio to him, and that he could be so much more, that we both could be so much more than a small-time crook and a habitual failure. He then agreed to hear me out over a drink, and from there, my dear readers, my memory of things gets much clearer and much stranger.
So, the two of you are in an ungainly heap on the ground. A couple passerby look at you with disdain. Take 1 point of morale damage each.
I look back at them. I see the golden ratio. No.
Alright, so, the two of you awkwardly pull apart and walk into the bar like nothing happened. You sit down in a little booth near one of the walls.
Now, I thought I remembered hearing from my students that this place was owned by Bretonians or something like that, or some...
Sorry, your students? Excuse me?
My fellow... Please let me have this. He doesn't know I'm a fail. Wait, I already told him.
You literally started off like, please kill me.
Please, I'm a disgrace. I should just die.
Dingo, you caught onto the shine and shank pretty quickly, but you see I have a with my wrists. I'm not strong enough to shove people down. Maybe you could do that.
Yeah, you look kind of like a porridge boy. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my shoes. They're still tied together, but they're around my neck.
Okay.
They just walking barefoot.
Yeah, I've got my feet up on the table here too.
Jesus.
And it's got like cheeses in it.
The barmaid comes. You see her start to walk towards your table, and she just sees this like halfling barely poking, is like the tip of his head poking over the table, and this like wizened guy with his feet on the table, and she kind of discreetly.
Perception check to see her snubbing us.
Do
This
I get a
isn't-
perception check or can I see over the table?
Can't see over the table.
Damn, dude, sometimes it be like it do, Jeff.
Yeah.
Discrimination.
Maybe you could like invent platform heals for me.
I'm looking at her snubbing at us. I see that the nose leads down into a crease in her cheek just right, which leads up into her eyeball. I see the golden ratio inside of her. I can see that she thinks that I'm a disgusting old man. Hey, ho! You wouldn't refuse drink to weary travelers, would you? My coin's just as good as any.
What are you having? You know, there's no
We'll take
Oh, Jubles, I thought you were... She assumed that this creepy old man brought a kid to a bar. He's gonna do some...
I'm gonna do stuff to you, Jeff.
You're screaming, please. Did you bring the condoms?
Get his penis.
Did you ever watch that with us, Jeff? The Chris Hansen?
No.
Dude, this guy, they literally like grab him. It's the doctor, right?
Yeah,
They grab him and they're like, the one dude grabs for his crotch and they're just like, this other dude just shouts like, get his penis.
Yeah, no, it's so weird. It was so impromptu. He like didn't even have like his penis like out or anything. He was just like completely clothed, you know. And they're like,
Get his
they're
penis.
arresting him. Yeah, and like the cop chief is like, get his penis, secure his penis. And like the cops like descend on him and pats down his crotch. It's like what? Why? For what reason?
It's like a Freudian slip or something. Like the guy just wants to.
That's my favorite take on it. Is that he didn't mean to say dick, but the cop has to do it because his chief told him. Touch your dick. I didn't mean dick. I mean oh, you already
Really
knew.
awkward. So I shout over to her. Yeah, bring us the usual. we got a new client here.
All right. I'll get him some.
Hi, I'm Dingo Lankdorf. This is an egg, that's an alleyway, and we're about to get stabbed by halflings. Eggs don't get stabbed by halflings. Today. In a world of wars and hammers, one high elf will face his toughest battle yet. He's a wizard, a scholar, a leader, but he can't jump? They all called him the Stone.
Looks like the stone sinks again.
Because he couldn't soar like his elven kin.
Yeah, perhaps he should leave things to the real athletes. Yeah, he jumps like a real character.
Oi, not so grudging. But this summer,
You helped us what with for magic. Least we can do is teach you to dunk.
he's about to prove them all wrong.
I've got 4 words for you. High elves can't jump.
Coming soon. Never ever. So anyways, that's when those frauds at the Shalian Temple kicked me out. I raise my mug to my face and I take a sip, and I say, and that's when I went back with half dozen eggs and egged the Temple of Shalia.
Eggs, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to say I slapped the head priestess, but I don't want to put that on YouTube.
Wow.
44.
You hates women privately.
Yeah, I keep it locked up.
Deep inside.
Yeah, I failed by less than 1 degree, so it's just a
Well,
regular
that's still
failure.
a crit fail, because remember, dubs are crit.
Alright, then I use a fortune point to raise the result to a 34, and I succeed my test, and...
Wow.
And then you crit pass.
Ooh, I like that. You tried a crit fail and a crit pass.
This drink feels stronger than what you're used to, but you are so both enthused by meeting this fine halfling sculpted fellow, and also kind of depressed still. Well, sculpted, the ratio.
Oh yeah, you're right. He does have the perfect ratio for my invention.
You met this fine halfling fellow, and you're still kind of ragingly depressed over your failures. So you blitz through these drinks like no tomorrow, without barely the effect. You are so... not buzzed. Jubles, you are looking at this man astounded. He is down 3 tankards, and he seems barely phased by it.
You haven't touched your drink. It's making me a little suspicious. I didn't think anything of it after the 2nd glass, but now that I'm finishing my 3rd, why aren't you drinking?
But she gave me a cup that's too big for me. If I drank all of this, it would fucking kill me. Ah, I just lost it all too. It's terrible.
Can you name one dude, I can't get over the fact that I look like I have had a stroke. My character model looks melted.
I didn't notice they had the model before. Oh god. I think it's the painting scheme is just a bad one. I think it's just poorly painted. Cause like, you notice the right eye isn't like shaded at all, but the left one is.
The left 2 eyes, yeah.
To be fair, that's like a 30-year-old sculpt too.
This guy needs to thin his fucking paints.
Yep.
Jesus.
Okay. So, Dingo drinking more and more, but seeming completely unfazed by it.
No, I don't want to drink more. Actually, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling.
Night goes on with idle chatter. Your halfling compatriot seems.
Oh, I was gonna say some stuff to Jeff.
No, go ahead. You want RP?
So Jubles.
Yeah?
I can tell that you're not very successful at what you do, much in the way that I'm not successful at what I do.
I mean, sometimes I am. You're kind of a bigger guy. Like
Jubles, I can see your ribcage poking through your tunic.
What? That's my dagger. That's not a ribcage. What the fuck?
You look emaciated.
By
When's the last
halfling
time?
standards, not being able to have a pot belly means you're fucking poor.
When's the last time you had a good, solid 5 meals a day?
5 meals, huh?
That's what your people eat, isn't it?
I haven't seen my people in ages.
I see.
See ya,
You see, Jubles? I'm tired. Very tired. Every time I try, I fail. Every invention, without fail, has failed, making me a failure. I told you I was a student of the engineering college. That's a lie. To get in, you have to have a successful invention. You know how long I've been trying?
You're like 65 or something, so it's pretty long.
30 years, Jubles. I have been trying for 30 long years. And those bastards at the Engineers College of Engineering, as they like to call it, they don't have the vision.
I mean, it's not their fault you can't come up with one good idea. Like, that seems to be on you.
My muse already thinks I'm a fraud. I'm never going to be an engineer now. Think, Dingo, think. What? Jubles, my ideas are grand. I will show you this. How would you like to become wealthy beyond your dreams?
Sure, I mean, wouldn't everyone like that?
Wouldn't you like to stop with the constant day-to-day wondering if your next mark's gonna pull out a knife or a gun out on you and shoot you in the brains, splattering them all over the wet cobblestone because you tried to rob the wrong 6-foot giant?
When you put it like that, that is, yeah, it's hard. It's a hard life, you know, but it gets, you know, the job done sometimes.
Wouldn't you like to be more than that? Live life in comfort? Do you know the price of a successful invention at the college?
No.
2,000 gold crowns.
What? 2,000?
2,000? That's just one invention.
I had to fight a fucking bear for 2 gold. And you're telling me that you could just come up with some dipshit idea and make 2,000 gold?
Yes. Did you win against the bear?
Well, I mean,
Sip.
it's not going to be calling me Mac if you know. Damn it.
Well,
The bear's not going to be seeing me again if you know what I mean.
All right, I've got a candle lit, by the way. I'm playing by candlelight right now. Pretty comfy.
Nice. Well, so Dingo, what's your idea then? You're going to make us 2,000 gold? Well, we're going to split it 50-50? What's the idea? Well,
I would say equal risk, equal reward. However, I have to come to grips with something. You see, it's not that my skill doesn't match up to par. It's that there's some sort of creative block against my very brain. That's the thinking center of your body, you see.
I'm pretty sure it's the gut, but okay.
A very halfling thing to say. Halfling.
Jesus.
But I think if I travel the world, or even just live through some crazy shit, maybe that might undo my block. I'm willing to try anything. 30 years, Jubles.
Have you tried being robbed? We could do that.
As I said. And I like open up my tunic and I reveal like the area where you would stab my kindy. My kindy has a book there instead, so that you'd stab the book and not I wouldn't die. But like the book has a vial of like tomato paste.
You have like a coin purse on you?
Yeah. It's...
All right, well, I'll steal from you. You know, give you that lived experience. And Jubles opens it up, puts his finger in. What? What is this?
Blood.
What? I'm gonna take a fucking terror check. This is rough.
No.
Yeah, you've got me like
Gorfing
stroke face.
So you believe him at this?
As I see the look dawning on his face, I go, relax. It's just tomato paste. But,
why do you have a bag of tomato paste in your wallet?
To make you think you stabbed me, of course. I say, like, through one eye as I'm drinking.
You're either a genius or a fucking lunatic.
I'd like to think I'm both.
Aiming from the wise.
Normal people wouldn't think to leap from towers and fly.
No, it comes from below.
You have some kind of
The
like,
green, glowing menace that stalks our depths
like a
beneath our very feet.
bird wings or something. You did mention that earlier, that I was the perfect astronomical wavelength.
Agricultural. Alright? Leave the classical talk to the engineers. But yes, you have the perfect form. You see, there was a man named Kistraza, and he lived in the south, and back in the day... No, I think this is the part where I should start rolling lore.
I'm gonna feed my dog really quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna grab food real quick too.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll give you a bit of time to think what you're gonna say.
Sure.